This is episode 4 of the White Belt Toolbox. What is guard? So in previous episodes I have mentioned this term guard a few times already. So what is it? If you look back to the 4-step program that I've already mentioned of takedown, pass the legs, control, submit, guard is step 2. So if someone's already moved to step 3 on me, or they've taken me down step 1, step 2 is the thing that kind of saves me. If they're in step 3, I try and get my legs, the most powerful part of my body, in between my upper body and them. That is guard. There's multiple ways of doing that. There's a way of turtling or shrimping. You'll come across those, or framing. But anyway, I can try and get them south of my knee. My legs can now work against them. In Jiu-Jitsu, we don't kick, but we have something that will control them. If I've been taken down, I don't want them to move to step 3, so I try and make sure that my legs are keeping them at bay. Guard. The different guards that you'll come across use the same concept of control that I mentioned in the previous episode. So I'm trying to control their armpits, but also the back of their knees, if possible, and the back of their head. I have 4 weapons at my disposal, 2 arms and 2 legs. It's something they don't necessarily have because they're upright and their legs are being used for locomotion. If I'm on my back, I'm not able to move. I have no mobility, and so I have these 4 weapons at my disposal. I've made the fight a bit more fair in that way. I've taken the most powerful part of my body and added it to my arms. I'm then trying to get control over them. So I mentioned a little bit of this in the control episode, but at guard, it changes ever so slightly. So with wrestling or judo or whatever, there are those 3 categories of control: behind the head, the armpits, and behind the knees. And you're trying to get a combination of those 3 things, okay? If you got all those 3 things in wrestling, you're going to just like completely destroy the other person. It's the same kind of thing in guard, is that the more of those categories of things I can control using the 4 weapons at my disposal, the more control over the other person I have. And so all the guards you're pretty much going to come across. There are outlying ones. It's always grey. But I'm trying to control the back of their head. I'm trying to control their armpits. I'm trying to control the back of their knees. The more I put effort into controlling those places, the better my guard will be. If they're moving and I don't have as much control over those places, my guard will be weaker. So you will learn stuff like closed guard or full guard, whatever the terminology is in your gym. And you'll see that you'll climb high into their armpits with your legs and you'll hold the back of their head. That is good control. Or you'll get underhook on their, get your arms underneath into their armpits and hold the back of their head or whatever. Or you'll see half guard eventually, where your leg will be wrapped around the back of their knee and then you'll control their armpit or their head. You'll come across guards such as De La Hiva, which is where I'm going to try and control their arm maybe, but also my leg is wrapped around the back of their knee. It's all just various iterations of this same idea. And so you'll have different guards taught to you, but on the fly, in the chaos of jiu-jitsu and the roll, as long as you're controlling those places and not letting them past your knee up into your armpit again, you'll be fine. Conversely, you'll hear about guard passing. And so guard passing is trying to do the opposite of this. And you're trying to go to step 3 of that 4-point program. And so I'm trying to limit and remove them from those 5 places of my body. So my head, my 2 armpits, and the back of my 2 knees. You can try and move whilst I only have 1 or 2, but it's a numbers game. I'm trying to take them out of those places. As long as I have like a conscious awareness of those 5 points of my body and I remove them from them, they have less control. If I'm fighting and I'm letting those gaps open and they get control back again, my guard pass will be a lot more difficult. Be cautious about where you're putting arms and legs, and if you're leaving your head or legs exposed to submissions. We'll talk about that in the minor control parts of joints and chokes. But I'm trying to get them out of those places of mind, and then I'm trying to get past their knee. And that's a crucial part about guard passing, is that there's a spot. If you ever watch any of Christian Graugart's videos, I highly recommend to check him out. But he talks about getting past a certain point of the knee, pretty much the kneecap, because from the kneecap down to the hip, there's no other joints. Well, there shouldn't be. And that's pretty much a clear run then down to the body and then climbing up into the armpits. And so if I can either go under, around, over, or through that point and just get part of me past their knee and then add the rest of me, that is a guard pass. Which again, going back to the first part of this video, if you're playing guard, don't let them past your knee. You'll probably find that your guard is failing for those two reasons. Is you haven't got good control over those 5 points on their body, and you're letting them get past your knee. It's one of the problem parts of half guard is your leg will go in too deep, and then they'll get parts of their body above your knee, and your guard will become a lot more difficult at that point. If you can pull your knees back to your armpits, and this is back to episode 3 now about how to stop bad things happening to you, your guard will be back to being perfect again. It's only the more you outstretch your body, your knees away from your armpits, the more chance they have of passing you, because you've increased the real estate they can move into. The closer my knees are to my armpits, the smaller that real estate. The further my knees are from my armpits, the larger that real estate, the more chance they've got of moving in. So to recap, guard is step 2. It's how you even out the fight against someone who has physicality and mobility on their side because they're on top. So you increase your weapon load from 2 to 4. You try and control them through the 3 categories or 5 parts of the body: head, armpits, backs and knees, with your 4 weapons. The more sturdy control over those 5 points that you have when you have them, the better your guard will be. And then limiting their ability to get past your knees, your kneecap specifically. The more they start going past your kneecap, the higher chance you're about to have your guard passed. The closer your knees are to your armpits, the less chance they'll have, the less real estate they'll have to move into. Or just remove them from there with your hands. Like if their hands start touching above your knees, use your hands, put them back, or push against their knee, or whatever's passing your knee, pull your knee back towards you. This will make a lot more sense when you start having your guard destroyed in Jiu-Jitsu. There's not many episodes left of this series. Hopefully you're getting somewhere of understanding about what's about to happen to you. But thank you for your time.